Hi guys, how do you guarantee your success in life? How do you know you're on the way there? Okay, this is what I call the four sins, the temptations. If you won £1 million, got promotion, what's the first thing you do? Call your friends, arrange a party, go out celebrating to all hours, okay, enjoying yourself. But these are the things you go to, which we call the four sins. But people do this all the time. This is what they do when they haven't got anything to celebrate. So what I'm going to give you guys is the four sins, the way to sacrifice and guarantee your success in life. How it works is basically you got four things what can hinder you in life, and this will happen over and over again. You'll come across it, and how you control it will depend on how successful you become. First thing is drink. Everybody loves alcoholic drink, especially at Christmas, birthdays, but you can find that a lot of your friends always inviting you out. It's when it's a new thing when you're about 15, 16. That's all they want to do. What you have to decide is how much is good and how much is bad. What I found I wasn't really keen on drinking. I started drinking at an early age with family, so the novelty wore off quickly, which is I was thankful for that. So I controlled that. And the other thing is that when you're out drinking, a lot of the guys used to be around, used to be smoking. Back then it was like smoking ganja. Now it's gone on to heavier drugs now. You know, you hear people, especially when I used to do security work, they're doing cocaine and, you know, it's like heavier drugs now. And so the next thing is drugs. So again, it's just peer pressure for some of it. The other thing is curiosity. You like to know what it's like, and you know, those are the other things. It's not good in the long run. Concentration in your mind. Besides becoming addictive, that's all you think about. And you know, it's definitely a spiral road down. You know, as you know, people can become alcoholic from drinking, and obviously drugs, you become addicted. These next two is a necessity, but it's down to you to control it. Socializing is a human need to a degree, I believe. Obviously, you got, you know, it's like reading a newspaper. You like to know what's going on in the world. Not only socializing, but then you got things like Facebook, which I think is great to find out what's going on. But then you can get, you know, obviously what's going to happen with family and friends. But then you can take it to the extreme. But I believe everything has to be controlled. So over socializing to me is when you're going out and you're out for late hours, coming in, you're struggling to get up to work, you're struggling to dedicate yourself to anything. You know, I used to train, so I made sure I was always in reasonable time. Remember, I started off a thing called video parties for the UFC. So I used to get around my house, gather around there, and used to watch the UFC on the weekend. Then as I got more and more successful, I find I had to get up early, and I wanted to be at my best. If I'm not at my best, not recuperated, I'm not going to perform. So I started cutting down, or even not attending some of these parties. Some of my friends started holding it at their house, and I used to just give it a miss. The last one is the hardest one of them all, is opposite sex. If you're a man, it's a woman. If a woman, it's a man, and depending on what gender you favour or which you like. On this one, it's lonely. If you're not with someone, it's nice to think that you've got someone company, someone who knows you, and someone to bond and grow with. But sometimes the person you pick, it can hinder you. How this works, they can demand more time, demand more attention, to a point where it's become toxic, and it can destroy or hinder and slow you down in progression in life. I've always had a thing where I remember when I was a teenager, if I saw anybody, I loved sports, I loved fitness, boxing, into martial art. I knew my happiness was fitness, sports and everything else. Luckily, I did end up with someone who's 100% into fitness herself, so she supports me and 100% behind me. Me flying away abroad to countries when I was further down the line fighting, she had no problem. So cutting it short is the four sins. Again, drink, you know, alcoholic, obviously socialising but not overdoing it till you're drunk, legless, can't get up in the morning, can't proceed on your job or your career. Drugs, obviously, you know, that's a bad thing anyway, drugs. Beyond that now, moving on to the socialising, meet up with friends, go to parties, birthdays, you name it, but there again, not every single weekend, 3 times a week, you know, meeting up, clubbing and so forth. Yeah, you can travel to orders and events across the, across country, but then, something's going to have to give. Now, I believe when you're successful, you do all this and it all interacts into one. Some people, when they finally win, which was my sport, they used to drink, socialise, party, and it's a reward. It's nice to have a reward every once in a while, but then if you do it just as part of life, it's going to hinder you. So the last thing is the hardest one is the opposite sex. You just got to be lucky, hope you pick someone who's going to support you, who's going to further you, who's going to help you achieve your goals. The goal, I believe, for everybody who's got a partner, each partner is supposed to try and help push their partner to achieve their goals, their dreams, and push themselves towards complete happiness, or as complete as possible. And they being with them is a bonus. Hope you enjoy what I was giving you, the content. Try and use it, try and practice it, see if it works for yourself. But remember, work hard, sweat more, and stay young.